What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are the Talaria boys. These are 5 Talaria stings, and we're gonna solve the biggest problem with the Talaria sting. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so the issue we're gonna work on today is the loose battery problem with the Talaria sting, especially when you're off-roading. If you own a Talaria sting, you know that your battery wobbles around a ton. Let's just take a look at this stock bike. This bike's been ridden a little bit, but the battery just wobbles, makes tons of noise, just bounces around in there, and it's even really pretty easy to lift up and down if you like are hitting jumps. So we have a couple different mods that are gonna make your bike feel so much smoother and your battery stop rattling around. We've got the new R here, so we're gonna go over how that is on a brand new model. And we've got Alex's bike here, which has a air pump method. We have Reed's bike here, which is gonna actually use a strap that goes around the battery. We'll show you how that works in a minute. My bike, I've just been getting away with shimming the battery with big pieces of foam and some special stuff. So it's actually really solid, but it's not the easiest thing to do.
Right.
Okay, let's go over what we think is best.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, we had a little bit of audio corruption for this clip. So Reed's basically just explaining that on the new Sting R, there is 2 new shim pieces that help wedge the battery in place. Those are working pretty good right now. I think once the bike has some more miles on it and gets off-roaded a bit harder, I think that battery will keep getting looser and looser over time. That's kind of how our old bikes were. They weren't quite as snug as the new R, but they did loosen up over time.
All right, so on my bike, I've been running this air pump that I picked up off Amazon. All you do is slide it in this little gap from the frame to the battery. You slide it in there through the top, so you're able to put this just right under the cover, and it keeps it snug. So far, it's been really awesome. We haven't heard anything. It actually keeps the battery case on the top really snug. You don't have to do any more shimming on that.
Yeah, so you just slide that piece right down the top, pump it up as tight as you think you need it, and it'll just hold your battery in place.
Also, a benefit of it is it's super easy to just switch it out, swap batteries, and just pump it right back up.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that because these batteries are hot swappable, or you can just unplug it and put in a second battery, you want your shim method to be easy and quick to remove and then add back in when you switch batteries. So take a look at the options, see what you think is best.
So we just stick it in there, you can kind of see it, and then just pump it up with the pump, and it's just holds the battery real tight.
So is it pumped up right now?
Yep.
Okay.
Now it's solid.
Yeah, the battery just isn't going anywhere. So that's what you want.
Right.
Okay, let's move on to Reed's bike. Reed's bike is a little different, but it's the same goal here. So we have a strap. Reed, you want to tell us about your strap?
Yeah. So it's just like a belt strap, basically. I just put it on there, put it through the front, around the frame here, then you just cinch it tight, and it just holds it good.
Yeah, can you guys see that little buckle right there? You just cinch it tight. And a tip on doing this, if you want it to be really tight, put your strap on, spray your strap with a little bit of water to get it wet, and you'll actually be able to stretch it a little bit further, and then when it dries, it'll be really tight.
Right. We actually picked up the strap off Amazon. They look like, here, you have the strap in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these on Amazon, like $5, $3.
Yep.
So mine's a plastic buckle. Alex used a metal buckle before. I prefer my plastic buckle, but either one does work.
Yep.
And then my battery's solid as well. And I actually use this rubber piece that comes on the new ones. I stick it in there, and the strap holds that tight, and it works really good.
All right, Lance, why don't you show us what you got going on?
Okay, so my bike has the most miles. I have right around 2,000 miles. This is what I've been doing since I got the bike. I have stuffed it, oh, grab that. So my foam came out, which is a downside. So I've used some pretty heavy duty foam. I actually took it out of the insole out of a pair of boots, and I've tucked it on the sides here. I tucked it right here. I put it on the bottom of the battery, like underneath it. I put a big thick piece right here, and I put a little rubber piece right here. So my battery is super snug, and it really has nowhere to go. Like, there's nothing to give out to have the battery come loose, and it's worked really well for a long time. I want to come up with another method, so I might go after Reed or Alex's idea, because I want to be able to remove my battery and put in a second battery when I need to. This is a pain. You got to pull out all the foam and re-shim it again if you want it to be set up the same way it is now. So,
yep.
And something else we've noticed is we don't want to shim too much on the top of the battery because this is too tight, and I actually hit a bump with mine and this whole latch actually broke off and I had to get a new lid. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend putting too much shimming up here.
Just enough so that this doesn't wobble.
yeah, sometimes you think that you want to just stuff a bunch of stuff on top so that your lid just smashes the battery in, which sounds good, but then that's when you break it if you hit a big bump and your battery goes up. So I just have this soft foam, that's all right.
Another thing to point out is these frame pieces here that hold the battery support, I've actually bent them really bad before, and then it makes your battery a lot more loose. So that's why I prefer this strap method, because it holds it against the back frame and keeps a gap here so you don't bend those. And that seems to work really good.
It really does, yep. All right, so another method we have is this little plastic piece that we 3D printed. It basically goes in here in place of that new rubber piece that comes on the new bikes, but it's supposed to just sit in there, hold this battery, and keep it from wobbling.
So our brother Grant printed this STL file, and there's a couple versions of this, and there's a few that you can actually buy already ready-made that you don't have to print. There's a few different widths and versions based on which Talaria model you have. This, whatever width this is, and this print version just hasn't worked in any of the bikes. It just doesn't quite fit right. So even though this hasn't worked for us, there are different versions and widths of this. So I definitely recommend trying it out. It may work really well for you or your model. So yeah, if you guys like that, give it a try.
Yeah, it's on printables.com.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. We're gonna wrap up the video pretty quickly here. We've got a storm coming across the valley and it's getting to us. That's why we're all hooded up. These two are just talking behind my back here. I'm sure saying all kinds of nice stuff though. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, and please drop a comment on which method you think is best. We want to know, and also if you do it a different way, we also want to know that too. So leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next video. See ya.